Welcome everyone. Today I'm going to explore one of the most powerful abilities a human being can develop in the modern world, the ability to focus deeply. We are living in an age where distractions are everywhere. Notifications constantly interrupt our thoughts. Social media competes for our attention every second. News, entertainment, advertisements, and endless digital content are fighting to occupy our minds. Yet, despite having more technology than any generation in history, many people feel mentally exhausted, emotionally overwhelmed, and unable to concentrate for longer periods of time. So this video is not just about the productivity, it is about mental clarity, emotional control, leadership, creativity, success, peace of mind, and the future of human potential. The people who will thrive in the future are not necessarily the smartest or the fastest. They will be the people who can protect their attention in a world designed to steal it. Today, we will explore the neuroscience of focus, the psychology of distraction, the impact of technology, controversies around multitasking, methods to improve the concentration, and practical ways to rebuild a focused life. By the end of this season, you will understand why focus has become one of the most valuable superpowers of the 21st century. Focus is not simply about working harder. Focus is about directing mental energy towards what truly matters. In today's economy, attention has become one of the world's most valuable resources. Every platform, every company, and every advertisement is competing for human attention because attention influences decisions, emotions, purchases, and behavior. The ability to focus deeply allows people to solve difficult problems, learn faster, create meaningful work, build stronger relationships, and make wiser decisions. Without focus, even talented individuals struggle to reach their potential. Many people confuse being busy with being productive, but constant activity does not always create meaningful progress. A person checking emails every few minutes may appear active but may never enter deep thinking. Meanwhile, someone working quietly with uninterrupted concentration can create extraordinary results. Focus also affects emotional health. When the mind constantly jumps between distractions, stress increases, anxiety increases, mental fatigue increases, but focused attention creates calmness, confidence, and clarity. The modern world rewards visibility and the speed, but true success often comes from sustained attention and thoughtful action. Humanity is facing an attention crisis. Studies and observations suggest that average attention spans are decreasing due to constant digital stimulation. Modern technology provides instant entertainment every second. Short videos, scrolling feeds, endless notifications, and rapid content consumption. The brain becomes addicted to novelty. This creates a dangerous cycle where people struggle to stay engaged with anything requiring patience or deep thinking. Books become difficult to finish. Long conversations feel exhausting. Deep study becomes rare. Reflection disappears. Many workplaces unintentionally worsen this problem by rewarding rapid responses rather than thoughtful understanding. Employees are expected to answer instantly, remain constantly available, and multitask continuously. As a result, mental exhaustion becomes normalized. The tragedy is that many people do not even realize how fragmented their attention has become. They feel tired, distracted, and overwhelmed without understanding the root cause. The attention crisis is not only a productive issue, it is also a mental health issue, a leadership issue, and a societal issue. Because when people lose the ability to focus deeply, they also lose the ability to think critically, understand deeply, and make wise long term decisions. Focus is the ability to intentionally direct attention towards a specific task, thoughts, or objective while resisting distractions. It is the mental process of selecting what matters and ignoring what does not. Every moment, the brain receives enormous amounts of information, sounds, images, thoughts, emotions, memories, notifications, conversations, and external stimuli. Focus acts like a filter. It helps the brain decide what deserves my attention right now. Without focus, the mind becomes scattered. With focus, the mind becomes powerful. Focus is not something people are simply born with, it is a trainable skill. Just like muscles become stronger through exercise, attention becomes strong through repeated practice. Great scientists, artists, leaders, athletes, and innovators throughout history developed extraordinary focus because they protected their attention carefully. Focus allows human beings to think clearly, learn deeply, create meaningfully, and perform at higher levels. The quality of a person's focus often determines the quality of their life. Focus is deeply connected to brain function. One of the most important areas involved in concentration is the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision making, planning, impulse control, and attention management. When people focus deeply, neural networks become more organized and efficient. Repeated concentration strengthens these neural pathways. This process is known as neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to adapt and rewire itself based on repeated behaviors. Dopamine also plays a major role in attention. Dopamine is often misunderstood as the pleasure chemical, but it is more accurately connected to motivation and reward anticipation. Digital platforms exploit dopamine systems by constantly providing likes, notifications, short rewards, and unpredictable stimulation. This conditions the brain to seek instant gratification. Deep focus, however, requires delayed gratification. It requires the ability to resist immediate stimulation in exchange for long term achievement. Understanding the neuroscience of focus helps people realize something important. Distraction is not simply a lack of discipline. Modern environments are actively engineered to compete for human attention. That is why protecting focus requires conscious effort and intentional habits. Not all work creates equal value. Deep work refers to highly focused, uninterrupted thinking that produces meaningful results. Examples include writing, designing, researching, strategic planning, learning and solving complex problems. Shallow work includes excessive meetings, repetitive emails, constant messaging, and low value by busy tasks. Shallow work creates the illusion of productivity. Deep work creates transformation. Unfortunately, many modern workplaces reward visible activity rather than meaningful output. People often feel pressured to appear constantly busy instead of protecting uninterrupted concentration. Yet, history shows that major breakthroughs usually comes from periods of deep thoughts. Scientists, inventors, writers, and leaders often produced their greatest work in environments with minimal distraction. The ability to perform deep work is becoming increasingly rare and increasingly valuable. In a distracted world, the person who can concentrate deeply gains a powerful advantage. Dopamine influences motivation, habits, and attention. Modern technology constantly stimulates dopamine through notifications, scrolling, gaming, viral content, and social validation. This creates addictive behavior patterns. The brain begins craving quick rewards instead of a meaningful effort. As a result, patience decreases, concentration weakens, and boredom becomes intolerable. But boredom is important. Boredom often creates creativity, reflection, innovation, and deep thinking. Many people now escape boredom instantly through digital stimulation. This prevents the brain from developing sustained attention. Healthy dopamine management involves limiting unnecessary stimulation, building discipline, and finding satisfaction in meaningful progress rather than constant entertainment. True fulfillment often comes not from instant pleasure, but from purposeful achievements. Modern attention economy profits from distraction. Many digital platforms are specifically designed to maximize screen time and emotional engagement. Algorithms study human behavior carefully to keep users scrolling longer. This creates compulsive usage patterns. People often check their phones automatically without conscious intention. Digital addiction affects concentration, sleep, emotional stability, relationships, and productivity. The danger is not technology itself. Technology is a tool. The real issue is unconscious consumption. When technology controls attention instead of serving intentional goals, mental exhaustion increases. Healthy digital habits require boundaries, awareness, intentional usage, and periods of disconnection. People must learn to use technology without becoming psychologically dependent on it. Distraction is not always caused by external devices. Sometimes distraction is emotional. People often avoid focus because deep thinking can feel uncomfortable. Silence may reveal fears, uncertainty, stress, unresolved emotions, or self doubt. Distraction becomes an escape mechanism. Social media, entertainment, and constant activity can temporarily numb emotional discomfort. Fear of missing out, commonly called FOMO, also drives distraction. People fear being left behind, missing opportunities, or not staying updated. This creates compulsive checking behaviors. Understanding the psychology behind distraction helps people develop compassion for themselves. Focus is not only about discipline, it is also about emotional awareness and mental balance. Sleep is essential for brain performance. During sleep, the brain processes information, consolidates memory, repairs neural systems, and restores cognitive function. Lack of sleep weakens the concentration, decision making, creativity, emotional regulation, and reaction time. Many people attempt to sacrifice sleep for productivity, but sleep deprivation often reduces efficiency dramatically. A tired brain struggles to sustain attention. Chronic sleep deprivation also increases stress hormones, making distraction more likely. High quality sleep is one of the most powerful tools for improving focus naturally. Healthy sleep habits include consistent sleep schedules, reduced screen exposure before bed, and calming nighttime routines. Rest is not laziness, rest is mental recovery. Brain consumes enormous amounts of energy. Nutrition directly affects focus, memory, mood, and mental clarity. Hydration is critical because even mild dehydration can reduce the concentration. Highly processed foods and excessive sugar may create energy spikes followed by crashes, reducing sustained attention. Balanced nutrition supports stable cognitive performance. Foods rich in healthy fats, proteins, vitamins, and antioxidants help support brain health. Mental performance is not only psychological, it is biological. A healthy brain requires healthy fuel. Physical movement improves mental performance. Exercise increases blood flow to the brain and supports neural growth. It also reduces stress, anxiety, and mental fatigue. Regular physical activity improves memory, mood, focus, and emotional resilience. Exercise is not only about physical appearance, it is deeply connected to mental health. Even simple activities like walking can improve clarity and creativity. Many great thinkers throughout history used walking as part of their thinking process. Movement energizes the mind. Meditation trains attention. Mindfulness teaches people to become aware of their thoughts without immediately reacting to them. This strengthens mental control. Research suggests Meditation may improve emotional regulation, stress reduction, attention span, and cognitive flexibility. Modern life constantly pulls attention outward. Meditation helps bring attention inward. It teaches the mind to slow down. Even a few minutes of daily mindfulness practice can improve concentration over time. A calm mind is often a more powerful mind. Multitasking is widely celebrated in modern culture, but research suggests multitasking often reduces efficiency. The brain does not truly perform multiple complex tasks simultaneously. Instead, it rapidly switches attention between tasks. This switching creates cognitive costs, errors increases, mental fatigue increases, productivity decreases. Single tasking allows deeper concentration and higher quality performance. When people focus fully on one task at a time, they often complete work faster and better. Presence creates power. Flow state is a condition of deep immersion where attention becomes fully absorbed in an activity. During flow, distractions fade, self consciousness decreases, and time feels different. Athletes, artists, musicians, writers, and innovators often describe flow as a peak performance state. Flow usually occurs when skill level matches challenge level, goals are clear, and distractions are minimized. Flow is one of the most rewarding psychological states humans can experience. It combines focus, creativity, motivation, and fulfillment. Physical environments influence mental performance. Cluttered spaces often create mental noise. Clean, organized environments can improve clarity and reduce stress. Noise levels also impact the concentration. Natural environments, lighting, and fresh air may support cognitive performance. Modern workplaces should recognize that environment affects focus significantly. Designing attention friendly environments can improve creativity, well being, and productivity. Great leadership requires focus. Leaders constantly face pressure, uncertainty, and emotional complexity. Without mental clarity, leaders may react impulsively instead of responding wisely. Focused leaders listen carefully, think strategically, remain calm under pressure, and make thoughtful long term decisions. Modern workplaces often reward quick reactions, but strong leadership requires thoughtful understanding. The ability to pause, analyze, and remain emotionally balanced is a major leadership advantage. Students today face enormous distractions, phones, entertainment, social media, and digital overload make studying more difficult than ever. Strong focus helps the students learn faster, retain information, and build confidence. Effective study habits include focused study sessions, reduced distractions, active learning techniques, and consistent routines. Education is not only about information, it is about attention management. Entrepreneurs face constant demands and uncertainty. Without focus, priorities become scattered. Full entrepreneurs understand the importance of strategic thinking, long-term vision, and disciplined execution. Many businesses fail not because of lack of ideas, but because of lack of sustained focus. Attention determines direction. This is one of the biggest debates of the modern era. Critics argue that smartphones and social media are destroying human concentration. Others argue technology simply reflects human behavior and provides incredible opportunities. Both sides contain truth. Technology can educate, connect, and empower, but it can also overwhelm and distract. The real challenge is balance. Technology itself is not an evil. The problem begins when people loses conscious control over their attention. Healthy technology usage involves intentional consumption, boundaries, digital discipline, and mindful engagement. Humans must learn to control technology instead of allowing technology to control human behavior. Some professions require multitasking. Emergency services, operations management, and fast paced environments often involve handling multiple responsibilities. However, research still suggests that deep thinking suffers when attention becomes fragmented. The controversy exists because multitasking may appear efficient in the short term while reducing long term cognitive quality. The solution is balance. Routine tasks may sometimes be combined effectively, but important thinking requires uninterrupted concentration. People should protect deep work time carefully. Not every task deserves equal attention. Wise attention management is the key. Focus is built through habits. Small, consistent behaviors shape attention over time. A focused life includes clear priorities, healthy routines, gratitude, reflection, discipline, and intentional living. Protecting attention means protecting mental energy. People must become selective about what enters their minds daily. Every person can improve focus. Attention is trainable. No matter how distracted someone feels today, change is possible. Small improvements create powerful long term transformation. The goal is not perfection, the goal is progress. In a distracted world, even small moments of deep presence become powerful. The future belongs to people who can think clearly while others are overwhelmed by distraction. Focus is becoming one of the rarest and most valuable human abilities. Protect your attention, protect your mind, protect your future. Thank you for being part of this journey. If this video inspired you, like, share, and subscribe, and continue exploring the science of human potential because the ability to focus deeply may become one of the defining advantages of the future.